Awesome. My name is Billy Merritt. I bring you a show every day at 11 a.m. With today's the Digital Sales Academy. Is that right? The DigiNinja Sales Academy.
That's it.
Smith is my producer. I think we're going to just simplify all these names and call it the Billy Merritt Show with a guest. Okay. So today, one thing I promise about every one of my shows is every single day I'm going to bring you an expert. And today is for sure, I have delivered on that promise. Matt Pridemore, in my description in my last text, I said serial entrepreneur, sales expert, and business expert. Matt Pridemore, owner of several businesses. Tell us who you are, man, in your words, and who is Matt Pridemore? What do you do?
It's so weird to hear even the word expert brought up, but I appreciate that.
Sure,
yeah, basically, I started out with one Badcock furniture store. Kind of started from the ground up there and, slowly added on and made tons of mistakes and fell down along the way. I think we all have that have been in business. And but as we continue to grow, we're now up to 9 Badcock stores that we've got with our team, and done a little bit of commercial real estate that we've gotten into, and some of those things, and just literally learning every day and watching you every day.
Man, I tell you what, you said in that little 60-second speech right there, there's a lot to unpack. So I'm going to try to remember. I'm not taking notes today. I'm just going to have a conversation and see where it goes. You said commercial real estate. You said making mistakes. You said owning 9 businesses or 9 Badcock stores. You probably own other businesses. When did you get started? When did you buy your first Badcock? How did you get started?
Sure. Actually, most people may have remembered my time in professional baseball with umpiring and things like that. So got finished with that in 2009, 2010, right in there, end of 09, first of 10. And immediately kind of got recruited into the corporate side of Badcock. Started managing stores for them. They kind of moved me around, and so I was down in Clearwater, Florida area, up to Macon, Georgia, up to South Carolina. So they, kind of molding me into that manager that we always knew. Hopefully I could get to where I could buy a store. So store manager for a year and a half. And then they bumped me up to a regional position. So I covered from basically Panama City out to Gulfport, Mississippi. So I had that territory that I covered, 17 Badcock stores. And, I was there for 4 years. Kind of the cool thing about that was each of those Badcock stores is independently owned, just like I am. So I got to see, I was working for corporate, and I got to see how 17 different stores with 17 different owners ran 17 different ways. Mm-hmm. So I got to kind of pick and choose. Oh, they do this really good, or and that's been my mantra, forever, is to kind of, I want to use what other people have either done really good or really bad, and kind of, minimize the arrows that are in my back, mm-hmm. so that learn from other people's mistakes.
So there is 2 ways to learn, right? I mean, you can learn from your own experience or from someone else's experience.
Exactly.
And seeing what people do right and what people do wrong, and just, hey, making a decision, a conscious decision. I'm not going to do what they did wrong, and I'm going to copy what they did right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So did that for about 4 years. And then the end of 2015, moved back here to Douglas, and, bought the store here, added on Valdosta. And, from there, just kind of started building the team. So I knew immediately that we needed to understand sales at a much deeper level. So I literally went on Google, and I had no clue where sales training was. That's not something that you just, click on NBC and see, oh, here's sales training. It's not there. So, obviously Grant Cardone, probably biggest trainer in the world, was the first one on the top of Google. And I clicked on it and said, I want to learn from him. And so, got all my salespeople involved with understanding sales at a deeper level, and just kind of started training them. And once I felt like that was, on a roll, then I felt like we could go and get another store. And so we added on Lake Park, Georgia. And so just continued to add from there, as I felt like our system was, like I had the people that if I bought another store, I could take people from my existing locations and basically put them into that next store so that they felt, the new store felt our culture. Because I truly believe culture eats strategy for lunch every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, that's okay. That's culture eats strategy. I like that. We gotta. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. That's fine. We got some fans wanting to dial in. Have we got that where they can actually call in yet, Smith, and hear them through the speakers? Not yet. Working on
sir.
that. We're learning some things. That's okay. That's what I love about a live show. All right. So what I'm hearing there, Matt, is culture and training. Do you build culture through training?
Yeah, I believe the basis of culture is built through training. They've got to understand, where you're coming from, and once they do, getting them engaged with kind of understanding that culture at a deeper level comes through my involvement within the stores, and that's my biggest piece to the puzzle for myself.
Well, I love inspiring and helping people. One thing I've been able to do here with my team is teach my guys how to sell and how to earn commissions. And we're a startup. I serve the car industry mostly, now serving the furniture business, thanks to you a little bit. Or thanks to you a lot, I'm serving the furniture a little bit. But there's so many paths to success. Success looks different for so many people. I like to talk about success as just improving on something or making something better.
Exactly.
All right. And I've had the ability and been very successful in kind of creating something where nothing was.
Exactly.
And I'm a startup guy. Now you've taken the corporate path. You've also done some startup stuff, obviously, I guess, with the commercial real estate and things.
Yep.
All right. It's way different, isn't it?
It's way different. Yeah. So I would consider 3 different things that I've done. Obviously with the car dealership that we started and learned a lot of lessons through of the how tough it is to make it in that industry, first of all. But the lessons learned there have helped us to grow in the furniture arena so much. We literally about a year ago we started an appliance repair group. So that was a huge piece to that puzzle of helping those people that had issues years down the road or whatever it was, that maybe their washer messed up or their dryer messed up. We don't have to put that out to a third party company now. We do it ourselves. And so those type things, all those lessons I learned 3, 4, 5 years ago are all coming full circle right now, saying, okay, let's make sure we do this way. And there's so many pieces to that puzzle.
There sure is. And so we have viewers. We may have someone wanting to create a startup. You may have an idea. You may have a great business. I think first of all, you definitely need to have a business plan if you want to.
That is very, very true. And something that one of those big lessons that I learned early on was to keep that overhead low. I think so many people get into business and they're like, I need to right at the very beginning, build a huge building, do big things, but to me, very first thing is to write that business plan out and stick to it. Keep those overhead costs low at the beginning and get out and find the need. I mean, you've got to have people that want your service. That's, if you don't have people that want your services or your product or whatever, you don't have a business.
Yes.
So,
you have to have a good product and you have to have a good service.
Right.
Have goods and service. You have to have one or the other. Hopefully you can have both. And then you can wow them with customer service and things like that. But now you said a mouthful there, keeping your expenses and your overhead low. That's tough, especially most businesses require, and especially the furniture business.
Oh yeah.
Requires inventory.
It does.
I am blessed that we have a niche in the service industry. So we don't have inventory,
Right.
We sell a few hats and shirts and things like that. That's just for promotion purposes, but that's our inventory. And I've been in the car business as well. Managing that inventory cost. Oh my gosh. That's so much cash is required for that. You really have to have a lot of volume. So, keeping expenses low while you have to have inventory and payroll. employees, a place to actually operate, you gotta have, you better have a solid business plan and be able to get those sales, get that revenue started really quickly, because there's only two ways to increase profits, and that is to reduce your expenses or increase your income.
There you go.
And you can only reduce your expenses so much.
Exactly. Yeah, it's literally a balancing act of making sure that you've got enough people to take care of your customers, but you're at the same time that you're out there in the marketplace, that it takes money to make money, and and it's a tough game to be in, but it's a lot of fun to watch it all kind of. And you're a perfect example of that, of literally starting with nothing from a business standpoint, and watching that grow and making those mistakes along the way, but then getting to a point where you can remodel a building, where you can add in other goods and services, where to start building on those. It's a lot of fun to watch that all happen.
Well, it's been fun. It's been quite the ride. And it's, we've been so blessed. We've had like 3 years of just massive growth, which is something I want to talk about with you. You grew from 0 stores to 1 store to 9 stores. So I'm a big believer, if you're not growing, you're dying.
Exactly.
And I'm a believer, if you're not an entrepreneur unless you're trying to scale.
Right.
I have friends who have a business, but they do all the work, and they generate all the revenue, and then they use that money. They may save that money, but they're not really reinvesting that revenue into growth. So I say, what you have is a job.
Exactly.
You just you have a job. You're lucky that you're the boss, but you have a job. You don't have a business. I'm a business person. I want to scale and grow. So how did you get the idea that what you were doing at 1 store could be duplicated to 9 stores? And are you still trying to grow?
I'm definitely still trying to grow. I'm only going to grow as large as the team that we have at that time can help fulfill those needs in the new stores, because my overall vision is the people that are managing stores, the overwhelming majority of those managers that I've got right now, I want them to one day own businesses. And so I'm mentoring them. I'm giving them all my knowledge. I'm, everything that I can do to prepare them to one day be an owner, is what I'm going after. So, there might be a delivery guy right now in a store that one day wants to be a store manager, that one day wants to be a business owner. And I can only, grow as large as those people are engaged in the business enough that they want to grow too.
How many employees do you manage?
I've got 65 employees right now.
All right. Time for me to learn from you right here. Okay. We got up to 48, and we had to cut back a little bit, because one thing that I do right is I'll make a decision quickly. And so I don't waste a lot of time. I think that thinking about things, I got to be careful how I say this, because some people think I'm giving advice. I know that it is an asset to be able to make a decision quickly. That is an asset. Now, if you get it wrong, it could look like it's a liability, but thinking and pondering about something for days and days and days and not taking action is bad.
Right.
So I will make a decision. And we made a decision to grow really fast, and it got a little hairy with 48 employees. Okay. So I am very, very good at leading. Joey, you saw the guys working here right now. Felipe, Jamie, Kevin, Kimmy's in there. Jose, they all have this sales high energy mentality, and they're looking to grow, and they understand commission. So I can speak to those people and lead them very well. I can say things to them that I can't say to a person who has an employee mentality.
Right.
Okay. So how do you handle the people who don't think like you? Because you think like, in a lot of ways, like I do. You have an entrepreneur attitude. How do you help somebody who has an employee attitude, who's looking there? They might want to be a store manager, or they may just want to be a high level. I don't know what's right up under that. Or
well, we've got the regional manager, the store manager, the assistant manager, and sales leads and things like that.
Assistant manager. So someone
Right.
who, there's probably people, if you got 65, that would just like to be an assistant manager. When they clock out, they're done. They're not have to worry about the headaches. They're not trying to own a store. They don't want to own a store.
Right.
How do you deal with those people?
So to me, you have to manage different people differently. And something you had a guest on right when you kind of started the shows of Jonathan Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan and I are good friends. I love the guy to death. And something that he taught me very early on, I've gone through some of his training, but he said, you've got to fire them before you hire them. So I want to find out what about you makes me not want you to bring me to not bring you on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to figure out all those ways, but then I want to use that to figure out all the good things that you can do for our team.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the term value, we use it relentlessly, but what value do you bring? And so everybody's going to they're going to bring different values to the team. I've got people on the team I know never want to be an owner, but they want to be literally the absolute best at either their position or have that growth. They want to have a path and a vision towards growth.
Mm-hmm.
And that growth is not always towards the same spot. And sometimes it's on our team and sometimes it's not. I mean, we at our annual event, our annual award show that we do within my group, I actually do an entrepreneur award, somebody that is, trying to maybe grow their own business, or maybe they're trying to be an owner within Badcock. So, I think you've got to play to their strengths, give them that vision for growth and help push them no matter what it's about. It's what value can Matt Pridemore bring to that particular team member mm-hmm. to put them in the best spot that they want to be in. But, I love making people uncomfortable in that sense also. So I want to test them and see if that's really what they want and keep them engaged. So that vision to growth keeps them engaged. Gotcha. For me.
Yeah. And, I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I guess I struggle with the it takes a lot of personal development to recognize the differences in people's desires, what their goals are, and then being able to use that to manage and lead them.
Right. And for me, I love to interact very closely with each store manager, because each store manager is they're, whether it's an assistant manager, a sales lead, or a sales associate, or a delivery guy, or warehouse guy, whatever it is in that store, that manager probably knows at a deeper level than I do, because now we're at 9 stores. It's hard for me to be there. I can't be there every single day of the week, but using them to make sure that we're continuing on that path. I think a lot of business owners, they get so bogged down working in their business that they don't work on their business.
Right.
And it's something that I try to work on for myself every day, is to work on the business enough to make everybody around me better. Yeah.
That takes commitment. Do you have a plan for personal development?
Yeah, I've got a plan within our group of I keep my logs. I write in my journal every single day of what I want to do. Like for this week, I know my plan of, the stores I want to go to, the stores I want to hit. And one thing, getting on such a personal level, I go ask other business owners, when's the last time you took one of your employees out to eat, out for lunch and just sat there for an hour and just talked to them one-on-one? You will find out so much in that 1 hour that, a month from now, you can take them back out. And I love doing that type of stuff as to get on that one-on-one level with them and let them know that you care.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You care about people.
Exactly.
Tell you. So what about Matt Pridemore's personal development? Do you have a personal development plan?
I mean, for me, I love to just learn from other people. There's no specific, ceiling or place I want to be or anything like that. I just, what fulfills me every single day of the week is literally to watch the development of the people around me. And I think that's what gives me, the juice to go every day, is to make sure that the one thing that I've got to make sure that I don't do, and it's very easy to do, is to get burned out. Yeah. And so when I feel that starting to come on, I take a step back and, I go get up in my plane and fly around for a little bit, and it clears my head, and, I get that juice back. So
you're also a pilot.
yes, I love to get up in the plane. I haven't in the last month. So
we got a pilot, an entrepreneur, a leader, serial entrepreneur, by the way, business owner, a real estate investor. This is like the world's most interesting man.
It's a long list.
Just extremely blessed for sure.
For sure. I know we have some people that wanting to talk to us. Do you have my phone over there, Smith? Did Dory bring you that?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay, that's fine. What about, let's take a look at the comments and see if we have anybody that's reaching out to us already.
So y'all mentioned Jonathan Dawson. He says, I know that guy. Hey, Matt. Hey, Billy.
Hey, Jonathan Dawson. Jonathan Dawson is a powerhouse in sales. If you go on Facebook and you type it, if you just type sales in your text, you type sales, his name pops up. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? So he's
absolutely love that guy.
He's done some great things. He's been on the show. I want to get Jonathan in the studio and where we can go over some more things and get some knowledge from him. Maybe if you come to Georgia or get close, Jonathan, he's in Georgia, but maybe we'll fly up and get him.
I've already done that once for Jonathan.
Okay. Well,
that was pretty funny. He actually one of the last times my plane flew, I've been down because of COVID. I did have COVID back at Christmas, but right before Christmas, Jonathan came down to our company Christmas party. We had it over in Adel, and he jumped on the plane. We had the chief marketing officer from Chick-fil-A come down, had a lot of fun over in Adel, and Jonathan videoed himself getting on the plane.
I'll come get him. You have a
his Jonathan. His plane's nicer than mine, so
I don't know about that.
And it's a little bit faster too. So.
It is pretty fast. Now I will say that it's man. I tell you what, we went to Key West from right here in Douglas, Georgia. We went to Key West in 2 hours and 15 minutes. That was one of the most thrilling things that I've done. Now you fly your own plane? I'm not there yet. How long did it take you? Because you have a twin engine plane.
I do have a twin engine plane,
and you don't just hop in a twin engine.
You do not. It's so funny with that whole story. But one of my best friends in the world owns a flight school down in Punta Gorda, Fort Myers area down in South Florida. Dave Shaw, Flight Fast Track. If anybody's looking to jump in, Flight Fast Track, Punta Gorda, Florida. But he. I saw him about 3 years ago on one thing that I watched that he did is he gave value back to everybody on Facebook. Anybody that asked a question, he's answering that question. And I love that style of just give. So he's a giver. And so I saw that and started questioning him. And he said, he's got an accelerated program where if you can devote about 3 weeks to a month to just come down and train, it's an accelerated flight program. So you're going to fly twice a day. You're going to get in the plane. He's got full-time instructors. And so, business owners, it's tough for us. The tough part about flight training is most flight schools that I had seen, and the one that I started with in Valdosta, you'll fly on a Monday for an hour, and then you'll come back the next Monday or Tuesday and fly for an hour. But when you come back to fly, you're having to relearn what you learned the previous week.
Yeah.
And so you end up having to fly all these extra hours that are just monotonous type review hours. So Dave just does it a completely different way. And so he said, come down, devote some time to me. We'll fly twice a day. It'll be so repetitive in your mind that it's going to stick. So I went down and got my private pilot's license for a single engine plane. Very typical. And I was finishing up with my flight training, and I said, look, I'd like to probably buy a single engine plane. And he said, well, what are you planning on doing with the plane? And I said, well, I've got business to do. I'd like to take some vacations, maybe fly to the Bahamas, something of that nature. He said, well, you don't need to be flying across the water in a single engine plane. And I said, okay, I understand that. And he said, I've actually got a Piper Aztec twin engine, 6-seater, beautiful plane sitting out there that I own. And he said, I put everything in it. I know everything about the plane. I don't want to sell it, but I'll sell it to you. And so he put me through it was one more week added on to that private pilot. He put me through every bit of that training, all the emergency procedures. And I'm very, very, very grateful to Dave and the team.
Wait a minute now. How long did it take you to be able to fly the twin?
1 week after the single.
Really?
And I was absolutely, the first time I got in that twin, obviously you see all these extra gear levers, you see all these different things up on the panel. And the first time I climbed up there, I was like, nah, I just won't fly over water, and kind of pushed my seat back and said, nah, we ain't doing this. And he said, yes, you are. So we got in the plane, and 10 minutes later, we're up in the sky, and he's in the right seat, I'm in the left. And he starts teaching it to me. And I'd say probably by my third flight, I was comfortable flying the plane.
I can fly. I'm not a pilot, but I have a pilot, and my pilot's a flight instructor. So, you know, I've flown quite a bit. They're telling how many hours I've got if I had been logging them. Now, you know, flying the plane is easy, even maneuvering and going, you know, changing courses and programming the GPS, all these things, the autopilot, you know, you can just
you're just turning knobs at that point.
But what nobody can't do if they don't have the proper training is fly when something's going wrong.
So clear seas never created a great ship captain, and same thing in the sky is you know, smooth air never created a great pilot. So, you know, you hit the turbulence, or an engine goes out, or all these different things that can happen up in the sky. It's all about keeping the wind moving over those wings. If the wind's not moving over those wings, you're not flying. And so, you know, understanding why, and that was the biggest thing for me, is I'm such a why guy. And so many of the instructors that I met were just kind of going through the motions of saying, okay, check this box. And Dave started breaking it all down for me and saying, this is why, you know, if the right engine goes out, you want to bank, you know, you want to raise the dead engine up, and so, you know, why you want to do this, why. And so, you know, throughout that whole process, and it taught me so much, obviously, about the plane and about being a pilot. But I've put right at 200 hours on this year of or 2020 of flying around. So that's much better than going through TSA in Atlanta.
Yes, indeed, man. We flew to Jamaica commercial, and we had 8 people with us, so we couldn't take the Barons. We flew commercial, and man, it was different. I love flying private, flying into those private airports, man. It's a whole different type of experience.
I think that was Jonathan's biggest smile on his face, is when he didn't have to go through the metal detectors, and when he was actually able to carry his coffee on the plane with him.
That's right. Do we have any more comments before we switch gears and go into a little bit of software talk?
Yes, sir. Joey Arvidsson says, great information from 2 of the smartest businessmen I've had the opportunity to work with.
Thank you, Joey. Appreciate you, guy.
And Mike Parker says, I am just enjoying listening to Billy and Matt chew the fat.
So I don't have my phone in here, Mike. So hopefully you're still watching. Do you know Mike Parker?
I know the name.
So Mike Parker, man, let's see. I'm 46 years old. So 30 years ago, I was 16. Is that correct? So about 32 years ago, Mike was a brand new, maybe 33, was a brand new teacher from Florida who came up to Broxton, Georgia, and took a job as our ag teacher, in Broxton. And he was I think he was very young, in his 20s, and we gave him a rough time, but he was resilient, and he became a mentor to me, like a father to me. He was my Sunday school teacher. I mean, so
he knew you pretty well.
Oh, he knew me extremely well. He really, really helped me when as a 14-year-old right on until I think he left to go teach somewhere else. It's just, it's amazing. You know, I wasn't a great student, Matt. I wasn't a great student.
That makes 2 of us.
but Mike was Mr. Parker was such a great teacher that he saw past, you know, some of the complications and some of the, the difficulty of Billy, and made, I mean, I loved his class. And I one of the top 5 teachers, top 3 teachers I've had of all times, and it was just, so he was watching yesterday. Mike is also an author. He's written a book. Maybe we can find Mr. Parker, if you'll put your link. May have to get his wife Jan to show him how to put a link in the comments. But I was gonna talk to him live here. What I'll do is I'll make sure I bring my phone, because if nothing else, Smith, we can bring him on right here, and I can put him on speakerphone. We can have a conversation with Mike Parker. So thank you to all the teachers out there that put up with me. Mike Parker did it best.
That's awesome.
Any more comments, Smith?
That was it for now.
All right, so here's what I want to shift gears real quick. Smith, if you will, go to DigiNinja.com, and I'm going to have to. You don't have my login, do you, Smith?
I don't know.
All right. We're gonna try Billy at BillyMerritt.com in the login right there. Is it already in?
It's trying to log me in. I can
Are you an admin?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
All right, so log out and see if it'll let you log in. We could have used a little bit of time before the show for preparation, but we didn't.
Live shows are the best.
All right, Billy at BillyMerritt.com. And do you know my normal, that way?
Yeah, the usual one.
Maybe so.
We'll find out. Don't seem to be it.
All right, here you go.
All right.
Yeah. That's not what you tried, was it?
No.
Okay. Get logged in, right? So DigiNinja is my software program. You talk about learning and learning from your mistakes, Matt. I wanted a text platform. 4 years ago, I was using a text software that was pretty good software, but it wasn't mine, and they wouldn't let me use it. It was it was for dealers only. So I went out. Is that not working, Smith?
I think so. Not unless I mess something up.
Tell Joey to come log in with his credentials right there.
All right.
So I was running a dealership, and we were doing Facebook events, and there was a company out there that had a texting platform, and we used it. I liked it a lot. The software was pretty good, but I saw the first thing I noticed, there's a tremendous need for training of the actual operators. Right. So that inspired me to write the book. Yeah, just log in for me right there, Joey. Okay. That inspired me to write the book, The Art of Text Message Selling. The Art of Text Message Selling was the first, and I think still is the only manual that takes a lot of the ideas and philosophies that you talked about that Grant Cardone. I worked for Grant Cardone, selling Cardone on demand, and I learned a lot there. And I took the internet response training that he had and just really expounded on it.
Right.
Updated it for 2018 at the time, and then used it for text message training, because there's a certain way you need to talk to people when you're in a text message that's a little bit different than just on a phone call.
Right.
So we created the manual, and then I started developing the software. And this has been a tremendous investment, but we have something that's super awesome, and I'm going to set you up we call it a SMS, which is a text inbox that you can use for your business. Hey, what did Michael Carson say right there?
These podcasts are looking sharper and sharper.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Michael Carson. Michael Carson was the guy that I called when I was forced into entrepreneurship this last time. I didn't have a job, but I had an idea to take my Facebook program to the marketplace. I called several people. Actually, I think I called Michael Carson was the first person I called. And Michael used to run events for me when I would sell an event to a dealer, like a direct mail sale. He would come in and lead the team, bring the team. I mean, he was the man. And so when I said, hey man, I'm back out here on the road, he said, great, sign us up some dealers and I'll come run them. I said, no, you don't understand. I don't have any dealers anymore. I've been in retail now for, 4 or 5 years. You don't just start over like that. I said, I need to come sell cars at your event. He said, really? I said, yes. I said, but I had this program I want to bring with me. I explained it to him. He said, come on. So I flew to Kansas City, hit the ground running. We started our Facebook videos and events, sold about 14 cars off of it. Then I sold some cars off of the direct mail as well. This is a story of inspiration for those of you who've had a tough time. I had a cell phone and a hotel bill. That's all I had. Right. So, but I used what little money I had to create some Facebook ads. When people started responding to them, I used my philosophy, the art of text message selling, to set appointments with those people. And from that one dealer, it's turned into over 2,500 dealers now. And Michael was the first guy. So that's back to the relationship thing,
Right.
The people that you can call on that will help you if they can. And Michael Carson's that type of person. So I got Mike Parker and Mike Carson on here, two of my favorite people on the planet.
That's awesome. What's up, guys?
Okay, so Smith, you have the controls. I don't know how well they can see what's going on, but Matt can. So here's what I want you to do. We're going to build Matt an inbox live on the show. So go to the little plus symbol right there.
Yeah.
This is the first inbox that Smith has ever built. Have you ever built one of these before?
No. So I have no idea what I'm doing.
If Smith can do this, anybody can do it. We're doing it live on the show. So just type in, find the business right there. Type in Badcock. Now, this will not affect anything with corporate. It's just going to be a number. That's how we say this Badcock. So Badcock Home Furnishings.
Yeah. Badcock.
Oh, I missed a C, didn't I?
Yeah, maybe type Valdosta or something. Yeah, North
Valdosta
Valdosta Road. There you go.
Click on that one.
Awesome.
Okay, Badcock Home Furniture inbox name. Let's put Matt right there for the inbox name. That's for. All right. We're good to go. Go to next, please, over here. Okay, now let's pick. Go to area code right up there and put in what's the 229?
229 down there.
229.
Got it.
All right, click on the down drop right there. Let's go with 441-3451. That's pretty easy to remember.
Yes, sir.
Sweet.
Okay, now here's where we're not going to put your personal cell phone number on there right now. Smith, type in.
You can if you want to. I don't care.
Okay, so put in. You got your phone with you? Yeah. Put in his cell phone right here. What is it?
912-381-0609.
All right, we're going to invite, but you can invite callers to text as well, and I'll show you what that is. So leave that checked. That's kind of pre-programmed for that. Create, and just like that. What's wrong with your internet, Smith? Live, the joys of a live show. Okay.
Always.
Now, we want just like that. Now you have your own DigiNinja number. Okay, now you can do a lot of amazing things with DigiNinja. The main thing I need to remember is that phone number though. So click on the little gear over there so we can see his number again.
Yes, sir.
All right, 229-441-3451. Okay. Let's get Joey Arbison, if you will come to we're going to do a little demo right here. So do you see? So now anytime anybody calls or texts that number, it's going to come to your cell phone.
Sweet.
Okay. And we also have another way we can get into it. Now, can you play? You won't be able to hear the audio when you play that. If you play that button, William.
I don't believe so. Have we got the volume turned up back there?
I don't know.
Function is not available.
Hit play and let's just see what happens.
Sure thing.
So we're gonna hit play on the voice prompt.
Thanks for calling. Did you know you can also text us at this number?
Is that coming through your headphones?
Otherwise, wait on the line to talk with a representative or leave a voicemail.
It's not very loud.
That's okay. What she just said was a 14-second little prompt that says, "Hey, thanks for calling. We'll get you right over to Matt." You can also text this number. Now, the cool thing is you can record your own WAV file and it can be your voice. You say, nice. Hey, this is Matt. I'm a little bit busy right now. I'm going to call you right back. It's not really a voicemail though. Okay. It's a voice prompt. It lets you know you can go ahead and text me if you want to get to me now or wait on the line. I'll be right with you. And then it will start ringing to your cell phone. Joey, dial 229-441-3451. And put it on speakerphone, please. Come over here. Or either go to Smith right there. Get by Smith's microphone. Joey's dialing.
Thanks for calling. Did you know you can also text us at this number? We already sent you a message to start the conversation.
Go to inbox, Smith.
Otherwise, wait on the line to talk with a representative or leave a voicemail.
Conversation. Boom. Hey. Arvidsson Joey just called. Let's see what it says to Arvidsson Joey. It's going to go to your voice. Go ahead. So now
it just rang.
Rang to your voicemail. Should be your voicemail now, your personal voicemail. Okay. So now let's see what happens, Joey, when you say, hey, I'm trying to talk to Matt. This is your inbox. And it said that Arvidsson Joey had called. Joey's still typing. Joey's a very proficient texter. Okay, hey, I'm trying to talk to Matt. Now check this out, Matt. Now this is where the automation comes in. All right, this is the preset automation that this is not good automation. This is for a demo. I'm going to show you how to make it some awesome automation. So Joey typed, hey, I'm trying to talk to Matt, and our super smart computer, our super smart robot said, before we can receive any messages, please reply yes. So we're going to make him, that's to protect you.
Exactly.
Okay? So type yes, JoJo. You can, now JoJo's going to talk to, actually, Arvidsson Joey is going to talk to us. So he said yes. Now Joey is opted in. Let's see if the automation does anything else. Read that, Smith.
I think you might be able to see it better.
Hi, thanks for reaching out. You can't see that? Okay, because on my screen. Okay. Hi, thanks for reaching out to Badcock Home Furniture and More. Please answer a few automatic questions and we'll respond ASAP. We found the name associated with your number. Is this still Arvidsson Joey? Are you Arvidsson Joey? No, you're not. No, you're not. No. So he says no, that's not his name. For an impromptu demo, this is not too bad, is it?
No, this is sweet.
Okay, and now our super smart computer says, okay, sorry about that. What is your first name? Now, this is all automation right here. And I can show you how super smart it is in just a second. As Joey types his name. He forgot his name. Joey. Great. Okay, so Joey, that's wonderful. Our super smart robot said, thanks, Joey. And what is your last name? Did you notice what happened up there?
It got updated.
It switched it to,
It's about to update.
and it's gonna boom. Now we have it in there. Thanks, Joey. What is your last name? We have it. Okay, great. Please indicate why you're contacting Badcock Home Furniture More. Now that last message violates the art of text message selling. If Joey's texting you, Matt, I don't want to say, great, please indicate why you're contacting Badcock. We all know why Joey's contacting Badcock, don't we? He wants information. So that's not smart. That's what's wrong with most chat and automation. So Smith, I want you to fix that for me, please. I can't take that. So go to automation up at the top.
All right.
This is super cool. Type right here. We're going to show you, say, Matt. Enter or send.
Okay.
This shows you what the automation is set up to say. Type in your first name. It's asking for your name, okay? John. What is your last name? Doe. Great. Indicate why you're contacting Badcock. I don't have a problem with the automation up top, but I have a problem with that. So here's what I want you to do, Smith. I want you to go over to edit. Go to the blue button. I'm sorry, edit to the right. Right. The blue button. I'm telling you, if Smith can do this, anybody can do it.
Wait, you said where now?
Yeah.
Oh, over here. Okay. I was trying to look inside the little cell phone.
And you can program all kind of different scenarios over here. But let's just go. This is the default lead capture. Let's go down. You could even change hi, thanks for reaching out. But I kind of like that. I don't have a problem with that. And if somebody texts in, just like when Arvidsson Joey texted in, this is what we told him right here. So let's go down to great. Let's change this and click on the little triangle there.
All right.
Let's leave great. Okay. And let's take out that second line where it says, please indicate. No, that's the second word. I'm sorry. Just so we'll go ahead and type right there. I'll be happy to get you any information you need. No. Leave the organization name. Leave the organization name. That's.
So just stick that in between these two.
Well, I want you to delete that all the way over to the organization name.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, then type in there. Great. I will be happy to get you all the information you need. About. When you take out, about. Okay. And then take out everything after that. Just type in, just let me know what info you need, and I'll be quick about grabbing it for you. Yeah, that's. Of course, Matt, you maybe want to say something totally different there, but it's going to be based on what you want it to say.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So that's fine. Just scroll down a little bit.
Do I need to save that first?
Nope.
Nope. Awesome.
Nope. Let's see. Hold on. Data key. That's fine. This is data type selection. Click on option right here.
All right.
Click on the option above that one. Okay. Fallback message required. I'm sorry. On selection, click on the drop down there. Because that would see we can, if you want to say, hey, if you're calling about a sofa, hey, or you're calling about a recliner, you can have that set up. But that would be selection. But we're not. You can do that, but we're not doing that for this demo. Put it on text. We're gonna anything you text back is okay, and then turn the require button off because we're not going to require answer. We're just going to be ready in case this. Now scroll down to the bottom and update it. Scroll down a little bit more.
I don't think I can.
Right there. See that blue?
Oh, all right. Gotcha.
Okay, great. Now let's try again. Type in Matt. Hi, thanks for contacting. What's your first name? I like that. I got no problem with that. You can make it better if you want to, though. John. Great. I'll be happy to get you all the information you need about Badcock Home Furniture and more today. Just let me know what info you need, and I'll be happy to grab that for you. I'm the information gopher. And now we're ready for a human. So along comes the DigiNinja, the physical person in the call center, or you get to your computer or your phone and you say, you know what? There's John Doe. You can do a couple things. You can call John Doe, or you can say, hey, John Doe, this is Matt. Do you have that information? Did you get all the information? Whatever you want to say, you can start using your sales process to get them in. Right. So that is how to say. That's the smartest automation in any text management system out there, and I've used quite a few. This is the smartest. Let's go to templates. Hey, check this out real quick before you leave. Just go to the your browser up top. And then go all the way. You just click on it and then go all the way to the right to the end of it. Don't delete anything. And / show me. Enter. Boom. So we could demo it like that too. If you're trying to, if you're in a sales meeting, you're showing your managers how to set up their information. Do it again. Hey, just say info right there.
Okay.
Same thing as before. It's just a little cleaner look for you. All right. So, back out of that, I guess. Get out of it somehow. Go to templates. This is what we use every single day. We have a lot of people, and you probably have people that when you start building your SMS list, you'll notice you'll see some of the same questions arise over and over and over. Especially if you're running a special on a price special, a living rooms, whatever. So let's say if you have that particular, so go to add template right there.
All right.
And go to the body. I'm sorry, go to untitled. Say living room. All right, enter description. No, go to the description first. For when someone inquires about the living room. The body. Thanks. Then go over to your bracket. What are those things called over by the emoji? Go all the way over to the emoji, those things.
Goes here?
Yeah, click on that. Okay, contact name. Click on contact name. Boom. All right, comma.
Awesome.
That particular living room suit is $9.99. for $99 a month. Okay, click on create template. Again, your expertise will actually be, you're going to find that you have tons of things that
so you can build. Okay. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
You can add templates.
many as you want, man. So that when you're
Wow.
in that conversation, I don't know if we can show this in automation or not, but you understand what I'm saying here. Where you could, anytime that question comes up. So go back to conversations right there.
All right.
Yeah, we can demo it. We can demo it in real life. So back down there in your conversation, Joey, type in how much is the living room suit? Or just say how much for demo purposes. Okay, now click on. Can you see the bottom down there? Oh, I didn't turn our. That's bad programming. That's not a bad robot. That's bad programming. I didn't turn off the please reply. I thought I turned it off to text. But, can you click on anything below there, Jamie? Or you need to be able to click on the conversation. I wanted you to be able to. Okay, Joe, review this. All right. So there's all that can be programmed like you want it to. But I want to show click in the reply to Joey.
Okay.
There should be below that add a template. Can he not get to it?
I need to exit whatever's
Exit.
I
So
can't see it. Can you scoot over a little bit, Matt?
I don't see it there. Can you?
I think
enable notifications. Okay. There we go.
Sweet.
Choose a template now. Living room. Click on it and hit center. Hit enter.
Awesome. There it
Thanks,
goes.
Joey. That particular room is $9.99 or $99 a month. Pretty sweet. All right, now let's say we set him an appointment. I won't take you through the entire appointment, but you can trigger automations, and you can also request payments with Skype. You can set up payments like if you're selling something. I mean, you can set it right. They can pay by text with not Skype, it's Stripe with Stripe. Click on schedule right there, Smith. All right, let's choose Saturday the 6th at 4 p.m. Remember, we already have the appointment. Let's say we have the appointment for 5 p.m. and we want to send a reminder, because when we're doing our events, we reach out to the customer 24 hours in advance, 1 hour in advance or previous of the appointment, and then 4 hours after. So this one, we're going to do 1 hour before they show up. Click on the green check. Mm-hmm. Say, hey, Joey, get back in the conversation there. Hey, Joey, want to make sure you're on the way. All right, now hit send. Okay, so schedule message. February the 6th at 4 p.m., Joey's going to receive a message from Matt Pridemore. And Matt may be on vacation in Key West. He doesn't have to get in here to do that. That message is going to go out. And if you have somebody using your logged in, because you can add as many users to this as you want to. You can have 20 users, 65 users. You wouldn't want that many, but that can actually see these conversations, because when I'm on a show, someone is in my inbox answering those conversations. Okay. So now the cool thing is you don't have to be working in order for that to go out. So if there's a problem, no, I can't make it, then your employee can reschedule it. Right. And so what you want to do is build a massive SMS list. You mentioned earlier, we may not talk about it much. What's your primary sources, or what are a lot of your options for advertising? What do you use to actually create leads?
Lead creation has not been a big. I don't want to say not been a big focus, but Badcock does their national brand advertising, that kind of their umbrella of Southeast stores, and then it's also up to each individual store owner to kind of go out. And obviously, I went really heavy on Facebook because I felt like that interaction, the lives and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's really where we started, 4 years ago with the Facebook.
Can you put a ticker across the bottom there, Smith?
Sure thing.
All right, so let's say you're doing your live video. So you do Facebook live videos.
Yes.
You do
do a pretty good bit of radio here in town, but that would be fun to have a number that they could call or text
Yep.
Something like that off the radio.
I think I've received direct mail from you in the past.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got some direct mail.
So, imagine having your
Yeah, is there a certain number you want down there?
put his number on there. Just the
It
229 441
3251
3451
That's correct.
So put that across the bottom there. So Matt, you're doing a live. Your store manager's doing a live in Valdosta, and this ticker number is going across the bottom. Say, hey, for your whatever your big offer is for your $500 voucher, or to get pre-approved, whatever your call to action is, just text this number right here, and I will be happy to respond. Whoa, doing it backwards. Okay, yeah, I will be happy to respond to you. So if anybody wants to text Matt, go ahead. You can text him at that number right there. I'll look back there as if it was back there. It's not. It's just on the screen. So imagine attaching this text number to all your direct mail, all your live videos, every ad that you put on Facebook, everything has a text me number on it. Okay. Well, it won't be long before you have a massive list of contacts, people who are interested. They reached out to you. This is not you being spammy,
right?
Sending unsolicited, unwanted text messages.
It's not cold calling. It's them getting in touch with you.
Yeah, they're building it, and the more you use it, the more valuable it gets. Now, this is a much better screen. We can actually see better here, and I'll just tell you what the other functionality is. Let's say you build up to 1,000 contacts, and you're having a container sale or a tent sale. Right. You compose your message. Hey, this is Matt. I wanted to personally invite you to our yearly tent sale. This is the biggest event we're going to have all year.
Right.
We have whatever your sales are.
Right.
We have as low as, and this is as low as this, or this much per month. Come by and ask me personally. You can text me back right here. Okay. You can choose all 1,000 of your contacts, hit send, and it'll broadcast that to all of them at one time. Now I wouldn't do all 1,000 at one time. I would do about 100 at a time, because
some of them are going to text and call back, and
yeah, it'd be coming so fast. So you want to be able to make sure that you're still fast. So what on a scale from 1 to 10, how do you like the usability of the DigiNinja software and the text platform?
As far as the usability side, I mean, it's definitely a 10.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's been a long time coming. Do you think you could benefit from having a text number?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've tried out several different products. We've also, used digging deeper into Facebook, but so much of that automation, you really can't change it around. It's so much more in depth. It's just complicated. And I think one of the big reasons that Apple is, gained so much popularity with iPhone is usability. It's so easy for anybody to pick up that phone and figure out how to use it pretty quick.
It's very intuitive.
And I think that, when you're able to log in and do this type of stuff easily.
Smith. So that's the first time you've programmed any automation, the first time you used DigiNinja. How hard was it? Oh, I'm sorry. I kept him over the 12. Go ahead.
If it were not for doing this thing, trying to look at that screen on my screen, about as easy as it can get. I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I think we both know that.
Yep. That's kind of like easy. Yeah. So it was pretty intuitive, easy to use, and it's kind of like Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. When they the first UFC 1, they set out to prove that Jiu-Jitsu was the dominant martial art on the planet, and that it would dominate every other martial art. You had boxers, you had wrestlers, you had karate guys, you had every form, sumo wrestlers, you had every form coming to display their art. So to prove the point, they chose Hoist Gracie. Now, people think that Hoist Gracie was like the champion of the family. He was the smallest, runniest kid they had. And they did that just to prove that the art was that jiu-jitsu was that powerful. So the DigiNinja platform, you were the least educated that could actually have programmed that automation for us, and you did it with ease. So that just goes to show how intuitive and how easy it is. You think it could be helpful to let's see, auto repair shop Smith?
It could be helpful pretty much anywhere.
You think so?
Yeah, man.
I think so too. So, Matt, I'm glad you were able to.
Sorry about that.
Were you able to handle the 911?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, good. I know how it is, man. I couldn't imagine having 65 employees.
Yeah,
that'd be tough. So, do you see? So, I think first and foremost, Joey, and if I'm missing anything, let me know. I think that the DigiNinja text platform is most powerful. It's best used building a database. So we have a lot of. Do you guys use a CRM?
Kind of. We use an up system to make sure that the flow of traffic in the store is all taken care of, and we do keep list of those. But the follow up, I think, is what kind of gets complicated. Within that. So I think something like this would make it more simple.
So there's some very sophisticated. I shouldn't say sophisticated. There's some very complicated and CRMs out there that have, they've spent millions and millions of dollars developing them. I'm 600,000 deep in DigiNinja, but there's people. Just elites. How much do you think? 20 million? How much? They probably spent 20 million developing that, and it does all kind of things. Right. What we did is we said we've used CRM so much, and you said it's kind of complicated. They're all complicated, and their follow up it's put together terribly. I think because people, they try to see how many things they can get it to do.
Right.
And what we did is say, what's the one thing everybody does? Yeah. Everybody texts. So we're going to just focus on text. So this is a CRM for texting. And what we found is the people who are using DigiNinja, they don't even like logging into their CRM anymore, because this is a text management tool. It's a CRM for text management, and that everybody texts. So you could focus just on text and just, you don't need a CRM, right? This is your CRM, unless you. True. Yeah. Yeah. So if we build this hot list or this contact list of people who like us, who want to do business with us, who want to text Matt, we get personal with it. Now we have those phone numbers. We have the data. It's stored in DigiNinja. And if Facebook decides to wipe your page out, and they will. Yeah. They whacked us in December. It was pretty tough. Yeah. It was brutal for a couple of weeks there. We got it straightened back out. Everything's rocking and rolling better than ever. But who's to say it's when they have another election, if they tighten, that's what they tighten the screws on everybody. The censorship that starts happening right there is, they it's like Joey said, they own everything, and it's their football game. You're just playing. Yeah. I know a guy who spent $45 million and they deleted his ads account. Ooh. Yes. They deleted his ads account. They can do it to you, man. They can do whatever they want to do. Yeah. Flip of a switch. So if you start with your texting, and we could go through there and get one, a text number that's even easier to remember. You know what I'm saying? So that on all your advertising, everything you do, it's about texting Badcock, text Badcock, text Badcock. And then you're just building this powerful list, and then you can train you set the automation exactly how you want it, but then you train your people to log in to their inbox, download the app on their phone, so that they're looking at it at all times as they're working. So is it able to be split into separate, where a sales associate can only see their leads? Absolutely. Yeah. So he was logged in as Joey, who's an admin, but if he logged in as himself, all he would have seen is Billy Merritt marketing inbox. And probably that's the only one he would have seen right now. But then if just say, if in addition to the software, you want us to help you kind of manage things, then maybe I say, okay, Smith, I'm gonna give him access to your inbox as well, and then I give him access to ABC Chrysler Dodge Jeep inbox. So when he logs in, when Smith logs in, he has access to those three inboxes. Right. Yep. Okay. And then as many users as you want, as many numbers as you want. Cool. Yeah. So everything. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So with 9 stores. See the other side or whatever. With 9 stores, you had nine numbers. He sees every one of them. Each store manager sees, you may only their store. Yep. And I think I would just start with one number. You know what I'm saying? You could do as much. We add a number, and you could have the manager. But I think having that Badcock number for one store, one rooftop would be the simplest probably.
If you want to advertise to everybody in your 9-store area at one time, do
And
it that way.
Yeah, and if you wanted to do a new campaign, so you get a new number, maybe for an event specific, so that so you know that if they're texting this, and they're interested in this one thing, you could do that. Because you could do that with a campaign inside there as well. So there's so many things you can do, man.
Cool.
So I just want to demo it for you, and we need to send him after the show. We won't do on the show. So now all I have to do is create a user for you, right? I email you an invitation to become a user. You accept it. You set up your username and password, and you start using 229-441-3451 to build your list. And these things, you can do the same thing with your phone number. You put your phone number on there, man, but you don't want every customer in the world texting your personal cell phone, and you can't broadcast. See, you can label everyone bought, financed, credit app. You can label them.
Oh, that's sweet.
As many ways as you want to. So
send out all the credit apps, send out one message.
that's right. And then, so it's people who've bought before, you can send out thank you messages to 100 people at one time, or hey, repeat customer discount codes to people who have already bought.
Right.
You send the people who
approved, didn't buy.
Yeah.
Approved no purchase. Yeah.
Yep. So many things you could do with it. So there's 30 million businesses in the United States. I think that's what Smith told me the other day. And I think that all businesses need a texting platform. I know you got to go somewhere.
No, yeah, it's fun.
I'll wrap it up with this right here. If you're a business owner, so Joey and I call on car dealers. They have big ad budgets. They pay us as much as $10,000 to do events for them for 1 week. The beautiful thing about this, I think it's probably worth $10,000. Don't turn me out. For $599 per month, you can get access. You can have your own inbox with your own numbers, as many numbers as you want, and that even includes for the first 200 people who are not car dealers. We'll actually include our guys, our ninjas, because this operates 24/7.
Right.
We'll do the automation. We'll do the training. We'll set you up, and we will even help answer some leads for you until you get it figured out. Think that's something that'll sell?
I believe so.
I think that's something that could really, benefit many, many businesses. I don't want to do business without having a text platform. So I had the most interesting man so far on the show. He's a pilot. He's an entrepreneur. He's a
Baseball umpire.
Stop.
He's
Stop.
And by the way, he's probably about the only person we've had on the show so far that matches my level of volume. Because he's loud right in there, so it should be a pretty even. A lot of people, it's kind of like loud and quiet. So
Best projector yet.
Best projector yet. Look at there, man. Oh,
I had to turn him down. That's a new one.
Sorry about that. No, that's all good. That's what we want.
Great.
Matt, thank you for coming on the show, man.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate the time.
We'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow's Winning Wednesday. Winning Together with April Brown Merritt. It's going to be a real estate show tomorrow. We could have talked another hour about real estate.
I want to listen to her. She's the one doing it big. I'm excited to see what she does.
She's doing some new things. It's pretty cool. We'll see you guys tomorrow with April Brown Merritt. Thanks, guys.